Carolina 35-15. Gordonsville over Watertown 32-0, and Whites Creek over Wilson Central 34-6. Mount Juliet Christian Academy did not play last night. Cumberland University will be on the road today at Cumberland College of Kentucky. You can hear that game right here on FM 98.9. Scotty Ricketts and the good folks at Advanced Propane make this program possible each Saturday at this time. And Scotty, it got cold out there last night. I don't know about some folks, but it got a little cold, and for a guy in the gas business, that's the best advertising you can have.
I think some of the folks at Watertown might be upset with me because even though I was suffering through a disappointing loss, I seemed to have a smile on my face. But you know, it shows you the outreach of this show. I had a lot of people ask me yesterday about, was I going to be on the coach's breakfast in the morning? And of course, my most common question is, what's Tommy Bryant really like? And
what do you tell him?
I lie.
I appreciate that. On behalf of my family, I appreciate that. It's cold. People are lighting pilot lights all over Middle Tennessee.
We're lighting pilot lights all over Middle Tennessee. We are. But it's great. That's what we're here for, and it's the time of year that we prepare for. And as Danny and I say, when the phone calls start coming in and things get a little hectic, the game is afoot. This is what we prepare for all season. So it's a great time to give us a call because we're taking customers and going ahead and dealing. Even though we're very busy, we take the time to deal with everyone. I may have to call them back in a few minutes, but we return every call and make sure that we answer all questions.
Scotty, it's time. I mean, we had talked, as some of our early shows about people need to be making those preparations and getting ready for cold weather. Hey, if you don't have the heat on in your house, particularly the last couple of nights, it got chilly.
Yeah, I've turned it on in my house, and I've got it cranked up. One, because I'm cold nature, and others because I'm a gas man. It's got to be burning out there. But absolutely, and for those folks that maybe it slipped up on them, and it's easy. I mean, I don't know about you, Tommy, but the older I get, the quicker time moves, and it seemed like it was July just a day or two ago, and it sneaks up on you.
Mount Juliet week, Moose, and is this Blue Devil football team ready to go?
I hope so, Tommy. We've put in a lot of time this week. If they can't get ready to play this ball game, then they'll never be ready to play.
And a region game on top of the long-time rivalry with Mount Juliet. All kinds of playoff implications in this game tonight.
Yeah, this is a must-win for both of us. We need to win this ball game in order to have a shot to get in the playoffs, and the team that doesn't win, and it's going to have a rough time getting in.
I know you've had to prepare for a lot of different things that Mount Juliet will do offensively. Dan Winfrey will do just a little bit of everything offensively.
Yeah, he'll throw the ball, he'll run the option, he'll run the midline veer. He does a lot of different things and does a lot of them well. And of course, they defensively they're running about 4 or 5 different looks defensively on their front. So it's going to be a situation where we're going to have to kind of make adjustments on the move tonight.
Moose, good luck to you and the Blue Devils tonight. Ought to be another knockdown, drag-out game, Lebanon and Mount Juliet.
Appreciate it, Tommy.
We'll be back with Lebanon and Mount Juliet after these words.
Are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Chester Jordan would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Jordan's Catering, go Big Blue. First Insurance Group are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Tony Shipp, Jeff Brown, and Bill Dotson would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From First Insurance Group, go Blue Devils. Are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Jerry Trippett would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck on this year's season.
Hey, hey, what, say, yeah, please, and what? Hey, hey, what, say, yeah, please, and what?
From Permapipe, go Big Blue. Re-elect Mayor Don Fox campaign are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Mayor Don Fox would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season.
A lot of success stories in Lebanon in the last few years, but none bigger than the Lebanon Blue Devils. And that's because we all pull together. So just come out Friday nights and watch us at the high school football field. Watch us pull behind our Blue Devils.
From the Re-elect Mayor Don Fox campaign, go Big Blue. Dillon Cabinet and Millwork are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football.
Blue and one. Blue and one. Yeah, blue and one. Blue and one. Yeah, blue and white.
Danny Dillon would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Dillon Cabinet and Millwork, go Big Blue.
Introducing the captains to each other. Here now is Rick Woods with the instructions.
Tonight in an all-athletic contest. As captains of your team, you are leaders of your team. We expect you to lead by example and by word, okay? We want good sportsmanship here tonight throughout the contest. We ask that you help us keep your teammates under control at all times. If we should have any penalties tonight, I'll come to you and I'll explain your options to you. I'll be looking for one of you guys as a captain. So I'll be calling white captain or blue captain if we have a penalty and you have a choice to make. I'll explain your options to you. If you have any questions, ask me. I'll explain it again. Once you've made your call, you cannot change your mind. Is that clear? All right, you're the visiting team. You're going to call the coin toss. I have a 50-cent piece, a heads and a tail. I'm going to flip it. You call it while it's in the air. If I should drop it, it hits the ground. It doesn't count. We'll do it over again. Are you ready?
Tails.
You called tails, is that correct? It is heads. You've won the toss. You have your choice of kicking, receiving, defending a goal, or deferring your choice the second half. Defer.
Lebanon has won the toss. We hadn't won a toss in recent history, Tommy. We have elected to defer.
Go. Okay, give me one choice. You have your choice of kicking, receiving, or defending a goal. Receive. You want to receive.
All right, Mount Juliet has elected to receive. That they almost kicked the ball back to us again, but a little clarification there from the white hat. Blue Devils will defer. Mount Juliet will receive and defend the scoreboard side of the goal. We're ready to go here in Lebanon at Noakes Laster Field.
Thanks, John. And as it was, Mount Juliet, the young man said he wanted to kick away from the scoreboard, and the official asked for a clarification. You heard that, and he gave him another chance to try to get the thing situated. He said, yeah, I want to receive. Mount Juliet will receive. They will work out of the south end zone. the scoreboard into the field. Lebanon will kick the football and will operate out of the north end of the field. The school will be at their back. Mt Juliet dressed in white jerseys with black numerals, black headgear, gold football pants. Lebanon poised in the corner of the south end zone, ready to hit the field in the solid blue home uniforms, blue jerseys, blue pants, white numerals, white headgear. Lebanon with a record of 3-2. Mt Juliet with a record of 1-4. The Bears winners in their last 6 meetings against this Lebanon High football program, and Lebanon would like nothing better than to pick up a region football win tonight, as well as break this losing streak. Here come the Blue Devils. Ron Marshall is the head coach at Lebanon High School. Good crowd across the way as we have now positioned ourselves on the west side of the stadium, on the visitors' side in the small press box. Our radio and TV operation over here. Tick Bryan, Danny Bruner handling the television tape delay replay for the Blue Devil Lebanon All Sports Booster Club. That folks can tune in and check that out Saturday at 9 o'clock on Channel 6. Terry Stafford back on stats tonight. John Bryan on the field. Clyde Harville with the play-by-play as we bring you Lebanon and Mt Juliet from right here on Noakes Lassiter Field. The Blue Devil Marching Band leaving the field through the north end zone, setting the stage here tonight for what we expect to be a really hard-fought football game between these two longtime rivals. And there's a lot of friendships amongst these two teams, amongst these two coaching staffs, Lebanon and Mt Juliet. Dan Winfrey and Ron Marshall, great friends, and that goes back maybe 20 years. Jerry Kirby, good friends with several of the guys on this Lebanon coaching staff. They've known each other for years. And there's nobody you want to beat more than your friends. And that's the way we think this will play out tonight here at Noakes Lassiter Field. Derek Allison will be handling the kickoff duties for Lebanon, the soccer-style kicker. And we're ready to play football. Here with a play-by-play call is Clyde Harville.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lebanon's Noakes Lassiter Field. Here is the kick, short. And to the side, going to be taken at the 20. Back to the 25. Blue Devils get a hand on him at the 25. He squirts loose, moves over the 25 to the 26 to the 27, and Mt Juliet will put it in play at their own 27. Pretty good field position for the Bears to start the ball game.
Dylan Minchie Goolsby on that tackle for Lebanon. Shockley with initial contact as Lebanon kicking across the field to the hash. The Bears will put it in play at their own 27. Zach King is the center. Zach White, the quarterback for Mt Juliet. And that's Robinson. Let me check that. I believe Robertson in there at fullback for the Bears.
White underneath. Handoff, second man through, had a hole for a moment. Blue Devils close it in a hurry. Gets a yard, maybe punched it out to the 28. That was Sanders, the tailback, on a sort of a delay, but he came a little bit late. The hole was there, and then all of a sudden it wasn't there, and that isn't Sanders. It's Curtis Humes, a 5'6", 155-pound sophomore running the football.
Lebanon with a couple of changes. Steelman gets the start at nose. Hires goes at linebacker with Trice. So Steelman is in there on the nose for the Blue Devils, replacing Aaron Smith.
Wide out to the far side. That is Alan Miller. And they bring motion across the action. And the quarterback on the option. Going to turn it upfield. He's at the 30 to the 35. Out to the 36 to the 39-yard line. Goes Zach White on the option, leaving Blue Devils just standing looking at where he went. He had a trailing tailback to do the pitch, but did not pitch it. Turned it upfield and gets good yardage. First down out to the 39.
The defensive end is supposed to take the quarterback on the opposite. It looked like we had the pitch man covered, but Zach White, the quarterback, turned it north and south. Picked up good yardage right there, Terry Stafford.
Tommy, 11 yards and a first down by the Bears.
Double wide outs to the near side or the wide side. Mt Juliet Bears in control of the football. They give it to the tailback, and good yardage. Breaks the tackle up the middle to the 40, to the 45, over the 50, down over the 48, all the way down to the Blue Devil 46. Goes Humes again, the tailback.
They have rotated Humes and Jason Sanders at that tailback spot. In fact, Humes has more yards rushing on the season than does Sanders. Humes comes out of the game. Jason Sanders comes in with the play from Dan Winfrey.
Nose of the football inside the Lebanon 46. At about the 45.5, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bears, who took this over on their own 27. The opening kickoff. White underneath. Lebanon going to jump, and Steele in the center makes contact, and I'm sure that's going to go against the Blue Devils, and that will set up a 1st and 5 situation if that is the call, and the Blue Devils retreat and expect it. And that is going to be the call. They'll walk off 5 against the Blue, and that'll punch it down near the 40-yard line.
Blue Devil football wants to send this thank you to Glenn Gardner and the folks at Dick's Food Market for providing the pregame meal for the officials tonight. Thanks to Glenn and the good folks at Dick's Food Market on West Main Street.
Wide out to the near side is Miller. Everybody else in tight for the Bears. Zach White, quarterback underneath. Back to throw. Looks. Lebanon gets him sacked. Big number 75, Varte Martin, all over Zach White, who lost the helmet, and he loses 5-6 yards all the way back to the 46.
Nice looking play fake as they pull the near side guard, Montez Green, to give it a run look, but Lebanon's defensive tackle, Varte Martin, charges through a block, makes a tackle for negative yards on the play, -6. And a big sack for that Lebanon defensive unit.
2nd and 11 now for the Bears. 3 receivers out, and they hand it to the tailback up the middle. That's Sanders this time carrying the football. Not a lot of running room. Moves over the 45, down inside the 44 to the 43 is where they will put it down, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 8 situation as he picks up 3. And it's 3rd and 8 now for the Bears at the Lebanon 43. Big play, both ball clubs right here early in the ball game. No score, 9:06 to play in quarter 1. And here come the Bears. White is the quarterback, and he goes into the shotgun, and 4 receivers out. Hume the only running back. White back to throw. Looks, steps up, and fires over the middle. Caught at the 25 and knocked down at the 24. And making the tackle for the Blue Devils is
Taylor Vandiver.
Vandiver knocks him down. They'll put it at the 25, inside the 25 of Lebanon by the length of the football. A good-looking pass play. A bullet right over the middle from Zach White.
Clyde, you can't throw one much better than that. That one was right on the money. Terry, what about the yardage on that play?
Tommy, it was 3rd and 8. They needed 8. They picked up 18 down to the 11 and 25. 1st down from Mt Juliet.
Again, Mt Juliet goes in the 4 wideouts, but the quarterback moves up under the center. Zach White operating the controls, and this time we'll give it to Hume, and he's hit and dropped in his tracks. No gain on the play. First contact was made by big 89. That's Neighbors, who made first contact, but a couple more Blue Devils joined in suddenly, and there's no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 as they put the ball at the 25.
John, if you get a minute, if you would check with the Lebanon coaching staff, we've got a young man out there. We don't have a jersey number on him, number 72, and he doesn't have his name on his jersey. We may have a kid who's in a replacement jersey, and we just can't tell who he is.
The Bears now send 2 wideouts to the far side and bring motion across the way. Sanders in motion. Here comes that option again. This time they turn him inside. He's going to get good yardage. He's going to roll over the 24, inside the 21, down to the 20. And White's going to get about 5 yards. Neighbors stayed home that time, made him turn in, but he still got about a 5-yard gain. It's 3rd and 5.
John, who we got for number 72?
They've told me it's Brody Farrell. Schaefer's out nursing an ankle. Keep your fingers crossed that he'll come back. The trainer's working on him right now.
Bears on the drive at the Lebanon 20, 3rd down and 5. And not a lot going there. Mix up on the play, evidently on the handoff, and no gain on the play. Might have lost a half yard as they get it. Well, I think White actually wound up keeping the thing, but a little bit of a mix-up on the play, and the Blue Devils are all over it, and they stop him at the 20-yard line, and it brings up 4th down now and 5.
Lebanon has taken Brody Farrell, who was a fullback up until this evening, 27. They put 72 on him, and he's playing that weak side defensive end in place of Schaefer.
Bears with a 4th and 5. Motion across the way. Back to throw. Zach White fires long. Got a man wide open. Touchdown. Nobody even close to Alan Miller. Wide open, or make it Michael Sanders. The wide receiver, 6 foot, 165-pound senior, running all alone down at the 5-yard line, and White hits him right on the button, and it's touchdown for the Bears, and the Bears take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down and score.
It looked like our defensive end, our man in the secondary fell down on that play. John, you've got the call of the PAT.
Alan Miller in to attempt the point after. The holder is Heath Murphy. The snap is called for. It's back on the tee. The kick is up. Way high. It looks good. It is good. The Bears go on top. 6:22 to go in the first quarter of play. The score 7-0. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon across from Save-A-Lot. Go by and see Ron in the game for all your hair care needs in Lebanon. 6:22 go in the first. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
72 yards, 10 plays, the score. Zach White hits Michael Sanders, a 20-yard touchdown pass. Alan Miller kicks the extra point. 6:22 left in the first quarter. It's Mount Juliet 7, Lebanon 0.
Well, let's see what the Blue Devils can do with it offensively. The defense could not put a stop to the Bear drive as it went, as Terry told you, 10-play drive, and results in 2 big fourth down pass completions in the drive for the touchdown. And the Bears are on top of the Blue Devils. 6:22, and the Blue Devils haven't had their hands on the football as of yet. Here comes the kickoff. Going to be short, and it's going to be taken by the up man at the 28. Heads for the far side, outruns a man. Turns it at the 30, to the 35. Needs a block and slips and falls. Had 3-4 more yards. And carrying the football is A.J. Stewart. And Stewart come awfully close to stepping out of bounds on this side of the 28, but he carries it all the way out to the 38 for a 10. Had possibly 5 more yards had he not slipped and fell as he tried to turn the corner on the other side.
Lanning is the quarterback, and he's looking for a flanker. They're one man short. Here comes Defendahl. Schaefer on the sideline, and we'll get an update from John Bryan here in just a minute or two about what happened to Schaefer and why he's not in there.
Blue Devils go into that double wide outset, I formation, and they hand it to the tailback, and he rams it over the 40, out to the 41, to the 42, all the way out to the 43. And carrying the mail is the tailback for the Blue Devils. That's Forrest. Justin Forrest, a 6 foot, 170-pound junior. Gets about 4 yards on the play to bring up second down and 6 as he moves it out just over the 43 of the Blue Devils. Lanning underneath will set him down, looking at a 2nd and 6. And again, he gives it to that tailback, breaks one tackle, may have gotten a yard, no more. In there for Mount Juliet is the big tackle, Wesley Banks, a 6'2", 255-pound senior, making the stop. And I don't think he got a yard. So it'll be no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
John, do you know anything more about Schaefer and what happened and when it happened?
It happened about on the second play of the game, Tommy, and come off with the sprained ankle. He was walking on it. They taped him up. He will return a little later.
Double wide outset again for the Blue Devils. Lanning underneath, sets them down. Blue Devils looking at a third. They toss sweep to the near side, and here comes Forrest. Got some running room. He's got the first down. Moves out over the 45, over the 47, over the 48 to the 49, and it's actually made it to the 50 and will punch it into the Mount Juliet territory by the length. No, they're going to put it square on the 50-yard line, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils as Lebanon now has moved for a first down in their first possession.
Dan Winfrey was pleading for a holding call on Brian Neighbors. Neighbors engaged with the defensive end, and Forrest able to cut up inside for Lebanon.
Lebanon again with 2 wideouts, and Schaefer is back in the ball game. Lanning back to throw. Throws long. Jones is there, and he overthrows him by 3 yards down at the 15-yard line. Just a mite bit on that one, or it's 6. Jones had the inside position on his man, had him beaten, had that not been about 3 yards too long.
Post pattern. Jones tries to get behind the safety and had a step or two on him. incomplete on the pass play. Lebanon looking at a 2nd down and long. Schaefer has returned to the football game. That is his left ankle that has been taped, and something we need to keep an eye on. Kyle Schaefer is the Lebanon punter, and I'm not sure exactly who the backup punter would be for these Blue Devils.
Schaefer left, Defendahl right, and it's Jones right, and they give it to Forrest again. Forrest breaks a tackle, got a little running room, 45. Forrest at the 40, down to the 39, very close to a first down, and he may have it.
Good second effort by Forrest, John. He made some good yardage, had a little contact, and it looked like he stepped out of a tackle there.
He did, Tommy, and who else but Kyle Schaefer throwing a key block, staying with his block on the cornerback to spring him out there for that additional yardage.
It is first down and 10 for the Blue with a football at near the Mt Juliet 38. Now Defendahl comes right, Jones is left, Lanning the quarterback, Trice is the fullback, and they give it to the tailback Forrest, and he squirts in there for a yard or so, maybe down near the 36. Let's see where they'll give him the spot, probably at the 37, and he'll have about a yard out of the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Blue at the Bear 37.
Mt Juliet has shown some different looks. Lining up at one of the linebacker spots is Tommy Donald, whose father played for these Blue Devils back in the mid-70s.
Lebanon again with a 2 wide out set, trying to throw, fires, almost intercepted. Good defense. Chance Weatherford, a 5'11", 161-pound junior, got both hands on it as he steps in front of the Lebanon receiver on a little quick out and almost picked it off. And if he gets that, guys, he's off to the races.
Folks, Chance Weatherford's intercepted 4 passes already this season. He was sitting on that out route. He was just waiting. He gave the indication that it was open, broke at the last second. Really a nice play by the junior corner.
3rd and 8, or 3rd and 9 now for Lebanon. Bootleg to the near side, and here comes the tailback, and he runs over the 35, inside the 30, down to the 29, and he is going to be close to the first down yardage. He may be about a yard shy, but the Blue Devils may want to go for it from here. Let's see where they are going to put this stick down. He's going to be about a yard and a half shy, and I'm sure the Blue Devils will go because they're not going to kick it away inside the 30 at the Mt Juliet 29.
Lebanon with a counter tray. Fullback goes left. Guard tackle come right. Forrest with a pretty good pickup there. 4th and short.
Schaefer to the near side with a noticeable limp. Quarterback sneak straight ahead. They needed a yard. They get almost 5. Has got a big push out of the center of that line as Lanning is just following Steelman and those 2 guards right up the middle. And, guys, they did the work for him that time.
Well, the Haynes brothers at the guard spots and Steelman in the center just kind of root hog the middle of that Mt Juliet defensive front out of the way. First down yardage and then some for the senior quarterback, Chad Lanning.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils inside the 25 at the 24. Lanning at the controls. Trice is the fullback. Lanning wants to throw. Got plenty of time. Fires over the middle. Caught Defendahl inside the 5 all the way down to the 1.
Nice catch on the box end route by Defendahl. They gave a little pump fake. Defendahl turns it to the inside, and Lanning threads the needle. Defendahl with those sure hands, in Lebanon 1st and goal. Terry, that pass and catch.
Tommy's line of scrimmage was the 24. Defendahl takes it down to the 1. That's a 23-yard pickup. 1st and goal, Lebanon.
Blue Devils now trying to tie this thing up. 2:10 remaining in quarter 1. Lebanon at the 1 with a 1st and goal. Lanning the quarterback underneath. Lanning again with a quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Blue Devils. It's 7-6.
Hey, that's a nice looking drive right there as Lebanon did just a little bit of everything. The nice pass to Defendahl, giving the football to Forrest, the tailback. Good, crisp execution by that Blue Devil offense, and they answer the scoring drive of the Bears with a touchdown of their own. John, you've got the call of the PAT attempt.
We had to have something positive after that drive that Mt Juliet put on us, and that's exactly what we needed, a good sustaining drive of our own. as Miller is in to attempt the point after. Defendahl will handle the long snap from center. It's called for, it's back. It's on the tee. They rushed him pretty hard. Miller gets it up and through the uprights. It's tied up with 2:01 to go in the first quarter of play. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon. Go by and see Ron and the gang in the morning. Talk about all the games in Wilson County and get your hair done at Ron's. 2:01 to go in the first. 7-7 your score. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
And with one of their own, 62 yards, 11 plays, Chad Lanning scoring the touchdown, a 1-yard run. John Miller kicks the extra point. 2:01 left in the first quarter. The score is 11-7, Mount Juliet 7.
Hume and Sanders back in the deep spots for the Bears. Hume on the far side of the field, Sanders on the near side. Bears moving from your right to left as you listen in. And here's Miller's kick. And again, it's high and short. Going to the deep man. Fair catch going to be called for at about the 27, 28-yard line. That's where the Bears started their first drive. So nobody's stopped anybody, and we played almost a quarter. The Bears take the opening kickoff and go score. And the Blue Devils take the answer and kick off and go down and tie it up at 7.
7-7 Lebanon defensively. Let's see if Schaefer is back in the football game. No, he's not. Brody Farrell still in there at that weak side defensive end. Smith now in at the nose for Lebanon. Steelman goes back to the strong side linebacker.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Bears. Zach White underneath. Gives to his tailback Humes, and Humes drives and powers in there. May have gotten a yard, may have nosed that thing up to the 30. They may give him 2. Let's see where they will spot the football. At the 29 or the 30. He got a yard, maybe a yard and a half on the carry. As they put it out at the 30, give him a 2-yard tote, and it's 2nd down and 8. Blue Devil defense needs a stop. We haven't seen one as of yet, and the quarter is coming to a close. White again. 2 wideouts to the near side, and he hands off to his tailback again, or the fullback this time, and moving is it? Well, let's see who carried that thing. It's 11, Brandon Robertson, the fullback, got the call, and he moves out over the 30 to the 33. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down now, and a long 4, almost 3rd and 5 for the Bears at their own 34.
If he was healthy, Curtis Graw Jr. would be the fullback and strong side linebacker for the Bears. He's messed up his shoulder and has had surgery and has missed the last couple of games. Dan Winfrey and the Bears have been struggling a little bit, trying to find a couple of fullbacks to step in there and play for Graw.
Alan Miller coming to the near side. They give it to Sanders on a reverse. Lebanon strings it out, and they'll knock him down shy of the 1st down, and the Blue Devils come up with the first stop of the night as Sanders trying to get outside. Blue Devils playing that fine left to right. A lot of blue shirts over there chasing the football, and they'll knock him out of bounds after about a yard gain. He noses the football out to the 34.5, almost to the 35, and we'll see the first punt of the night in all probability, as it will bring up a 4th and 3.
Dan Winfrey's going to keep his punt team on the sideline and let the quarter come to a close. Lebanon and Mount Juliet were tied at 7 after 1 period of play. This is Blue Devil football on FM 98.9. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Will send William Vandiver back. He'll receive the Mount Juliet punt. Vandiver stands at about the 30. And who's the Bear punter? Let's see a number there. That's 4. That is Davy Burke. 5'10", 160-pound junior going to do the punting for the Bears. Lebanon going to put 8 men up on the line and put a big rush on. Here is the kick. Almost blocked. They may have gotten a hand on it, but it's going to hit and take a Bear roll, but not much of one. It hits at about the 43, goes over the 40, and down over the 38, near the 37, where they will put it in play. Blue Devils will have great field position at their own 37.
Terry Stafford, not a bad punt under the circumstances.
Considering the rush, Tommy, not a bad punt by Burke as it rolls dead at the Lebanon 37-yard line. 32-yard punt by Burke. Lebanon starting at their own 37-yard line.
Boy, Blue Devil almost got that punt. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Jones right, Defendahl left. Trice the fullback, Forrest the tailback, and Lannon hands it to Forrest. Forrest got a hole up the middle, drives and powers, moves over the 38, over the 40, out over the 41 to the 42. Good gain on 1st down by Forrest the tailback, as he's going to pick up near 5 yards on the carry.
This Mount Juliet roster decimated by the opening of Wilson Central. Mount Juliet dressing 29 football players for this game tonight.
They get a 4-yard pickup, and it's 2nd down and 6 now for the Blue Devils at their own 43. Again, same situation. Lannon bootlegs right, wants to throw. Lannon fires on the run. It is broken up down inside the 40, going for Defendahl down at the 38 of Mount Juliet. 2 Bears were there, and it pops in and out of the hands on good defensive coverage.
Offensive front for Lebanon. Steelman at center. Bradley Haynes at the left guard. Harrison Haynes at the right guard. Philip Clemens at right tackle. Matt Grandstaff at left tackle.
3rd and 6 for the Blue Devils. Needing a 1st down to keep the drive going. They hand it to Forrest. Forrest got a big hole. He's got the 1st down. 40, 45, 50. And over the 45 inside Mount Juliet territory is 45 down to the 44 goes Forrest on a big burst by the tailback who got some good blocking on the right side of that Blue Devil line. They had a hole opened up over there, guys.
Once again, the counter tray. Fullback goes left, guard and tackle, pull and go right. That's where Forrest goes. Terry, nice game.
Right, Tommy, 3rd and 5. Forrest picks up 14 down to the Mount Juliet 44.
1st and 10 Blue Devils. Double wideouts. This is Defendahl to the near side, and Lebanon going to jump, and that's going to cost him. Somebody missed the count, and there were Blue Devils all over the place. And the Lebanon Ball Club knows it, and they retreat. So it'll bring up a 1st and 15 now and move the football back outside the 45, back to the 48, where it will be 1st down and 15. At the 49 is where they put the football down. Minchie to the right side. Defendahl on the near. Lebanon moving. Toss sweep near side. Here comes Forrest. Got some running room. Forrest at the 45 to the 40, 35, 30. Almost broke a tackle and is finally pulled down by the jersey down at the 26-yard line.
Forrest pulled down by the jersey. One man to beat. The only guy who could make the play did make the play as he gets outside on the sweep. Terry, what about Forrest tonight on that play and running the football?
Tommy, on that play, Justin picks up 23 yards, so he now has 74 yards in the first half, 74 yards on 9 carries.
Jones left, Defendahl right. Blue Devils with a 1st and 10 at the Bear 26. Lannon, toss sweep right side. Need in a block is Forrest, and he got it. Forrest barreling over the 25, moves down near the 20, and may have gotten inside the 20, but it's going to be about a 5 or 6 yard pickup by Forrest, and they will put the ball at the 20-yard line. Matter of fact, the length of the football inside the 20, where it'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
John, for the 2nd play in a row, it looked like they just grabbed him by the shirt tail as a last chance.
We've got to get that shirt tucked in or cut off or something, because that's twice in a row. That would have been 6.
It will be 2nd down and 3. Football at the 20. Blue Devils trying to take the lead. They give it up the middle, and here goes Trice, the fullback, and he is going to barrel and get near the 1st down yardage, down near the 15. Trice with some good running for a fullback burst up the middle, punches the nose of the football to the 15, and it's a Blue Devil 1st down.
Right, that's the first gain, the first carry for the fullback tonight. Trice has been in there tonight primarily as a blocker, and a good little move there by Trice on the trap play.
Jones comes to the near side. Defendahl is right. Lebanon with a 1st and 10 at the Bear 15. Back to throw. Lanning fires long to the near side. There's Jones. It's broken up. Great defensive coverage over there by Chance Weatherford, who had to come over the top to get that football, but he did what he had to do and went for the ball as both were going for the football, and it's nicely broken up as he was going for Jones over in the corner.
Right, that's as good a play as you're going to see by a high school defensive back. Locked up man coverage with Jones on that little fade route toward the near corner, and Weatherford makes a good recovery and comes over with his right hand. Showed the official his left hand, came over the top with the right, and tipped that one away.
Blue Devils will be looking at a 2nd down and 10 from the 15. They got to go inside the 5 for the 1st down. Lanning calling the signals. And they give it to Forrest. Forrest needs a hole. He's got it. Turns the corner. Forrest has got 5, 6, 7 yards. Inside the 10, down near the 8, I think is where they'll put it down. It is on the far side of the field, and we'll have to wait. He may have made the 7. Let's see. They'll put the football just inside the 8. It'll bring up 3rd down now and 3.
Nice job by Forrest reading the block. We had the counter tray called again. The Mount Juliet clotted it up inside, and Forrest bounced outside, took it around the corner, and got positive yardage.
Forrest running hard tonight, harder than we've seen him. Landing underneath. Draw play. Landon bootlegging out to the near side. Wants to throw. Fires and came up short. Going for Trice down at the 1. It'll bring up a 4th down situation. Landon under heavy pressure. Had to get rid of it. And open down at the 2 or 3 yard line was Trice. But the ball just didn't get there.
Chad was under some pressure as he was running away from Montez Green. But working on the back line of that end zone was Justin Jones. And he looked to be wide open.
Blue Devils will be looking at a 4th and 3 situation. Lebanon with a 4th and 3. Lanning sets them down. Let's see what they do. Double wideout situation. And they give it in the middle, and the flags are going to fly, and the whistles are going to blow. And we'll do this over, whatever it is, and I presume it may be offsides against Lebanon, as they will talk to Mount Juliet. And Lebanon will retreat. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Blue Devils and move the football back to the 13, where it will be 4th down now and 8 to go for Lebanon.
I want to say hi tonight to our buddy George Page, the Mount Juliet News down there working the sideline. This press box on the other side, George. Oh, yeah. George down there shooting pictures. And it's going to be a timeout call. Timeout on the field. 8:51 to go in the first half. Lebanon and Mount Juliet are tied at 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Football on WANT FM 98.9. Tommy Bryant, Terry Stafford, Clyde Harville, John Bryan bringing you the play-by-play here on FM 98.9. Lebanon and Mount Juliet are tied at 7-7. Lebanon looking now at a 4th down and about 8 to go for the first. Lebanon needs to get the football inside the 5-yard line for the first down.
Well, it's 4th and 8. As Tommy told you, they've got to go inside the 5 for the first, but the backup there might give them a little bit more room to throw the football if they're going to throw it to the end zone. Blue Devils looking at a 4th and 8 situation from the 13. Lanning underneath. Lanning calling the play. Back, wants to throw, looks, fires. Defendahl, caught, touchdown! What a catch by Defendahl! He was hit hard, but made a fantastic catch at the 1 and goes in for the score, and the Blue Devils take the lead.
Hey, that's concentration right there for Defendahl. Lanning with the play fake, little half roll to the right. He throws a dart, throws it high. Defendahl gets his hands up, and David makes a nice catch, and he had a defender crossing in front of him. John, nice catch.
Oh, great catch. Ball little high. Had to go up and get it. All hands there for Defendahl. Brings it in for the score. The snap is called for. It's high. Defendahl gets it down on the tee. Miller's kick is up. Looks good. It is good. 14-7 to go. 8:45 to go in the first half of play. The Blue Devils go on top. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon, across from Save-A-Lot. We'll be back after you hear this in just 30 seconds.
As the Blue Devils get on the board once again, Chad Lanning hits David Defendahl, a 13-yard touchdown pass. The Blue Devils covering 63 yards in 10 plays. Miller kicks the extra point. 8:45 left in the first half. It's 11-14. Mount Juliet 7.
Well, you'll never see a better catch than that. Defendahl hit hard just as the ball arrived, managed to hang on to it at about the 1 and turns into the end zone. Here's Lebanon's kick. Sidewinder by Miller, and it's going to be taken at the 32, and not a lot of room. Now breaks a tackle and is going to be collared back at the 28, but they're going to give him forward progress out just over the 30, I think, is where Sanders will have it put down.
Lebanon going with the across the field kick. Allison with the high pop fly and trying to keep the ball away from Mount Juliet's deep return people. This may be at the 31-yard line the best field position Mount Juliet has had to start a drive so far in this game. 8:38 to go in the first half. Lebanon on top of the Bears, 14-7.
It's Derek Allison doing the kicking off rather than Miller. Sorry about that. Lebanon on defense now. The Bears will send Sanders in motion. White bootlegs out right and wants to throw. Pressure on him, but he completes it out to the near side. Vandiver's there, makes the tackle, but they get the first down over the 35, out over the 40, all the way to the 43. And the Bears swing it out there to Brandon Robertson, the fullback, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore who was all alone. Vandiver had to come up and make the tackle, and guys, if he don't make it, he's got a lot more yardage.
Taylor Vandiver made a play in the open field against Robertson. Mount Juliet with a little bootleg action. They fake the Redskins play, run the fullback out in the flat, and that worked for good yardage for the Bears.
Miller and Weatherford split wide to the left. White making the call, hands it to Sanders, and Sanders going to run in there and be met by the Blue Devils, and he's not going to get anything. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage and not a lot more. There's just not a lot of running room there for the tailback Sanders. Trice, I think, the linebacker making first contact, but a bunch of blue shirts were there.
Hires is in the football game at a linebacker spot. I believe Steelman has gone to the nose spot. Now, I'll tell you what, Steelman and Hires are the linebackers, and now Smith is the nose man.
Trice goes out for the moment. Double wide outs left. They swing it out to the left. Weatherford with it, trying to break loose football. They knock it free. Mount Juliet going to fall on it back at the 31. A big loss. He swings it out there to Chance Weatherford. Lebanon on the hit, knocks the football 10 yards back down the field. The Bears fall on it, but it's a big loss and a big defensive play for the Blue Devils.
John, it looked like Shockley punched it loose.
Shockley coming out, making a hard tackle. Hand got in on the ball. Ball goes out of the grasp of the Mount Juliet receiver. Big fumble, big defensive stand for the Blue Devils.
Terry, a big negative for the Bears.
Timing on that play, line of scrimmage was the 44, so after the fumble, minus 14 on the completed pass.
Timeout, Bears.
They're going to want time. Go ahead.
6:50 to go in the first half. Lebanon leads Mount Juliet by a score of 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Craig, that Shockley, the sophomore, with a really nice play at that corner position. Was it Weatherford, Terry, on that reception? Weatherford takes the little bubble screen pass, and Shockley comes flying up out of the secondary, put his helmet right in his numbers, but somehow got that left fist in there, popped that football loose, and it goes negative 14. It was shot out of there like it was shot out of a cannon. So Mount Juliet looking at a third down and 23 yards to go for the first. That is a long way.
And they'll go with 4 receivers and go out of the shotgun. Zach White back, Sanders the only back there with him. And Sanders backpedals and wants to throw, fires over the middle, and he caught it, but boy, did he pay. Jones comes up and really sticks Sanders out at the 44 and a half. Well, they'll mark it at the 45, but that was a great hit by Justin Jones as he fires that bullet right over the middle to Sanders once again, and it'll bring up 4th down and 8.
Ramon Shockley must have had a great week of work with his secondary. Those kids
are going for it, or rather Mount Juliet going for it on a 4th and 8. Now we get whistles all over the place.
Lebanon's going to burn a timeout right there to make sure they had the right personnel in the game. 4th down and long, and the Bears line up to go for it. We'll keep it right here. The point I was making, Lebanon's secondary, John, has really struck tonight. They have flown to the football. Taylor Vandiver, I recall, with a couple of big hits. Shockley, Jones there. Our kids are closing to the football and getting there in a bad mood.
Well, they're tired of receiving those hits on the offensive side of the ball. Last week we got shell-shocked, and this week we are same guys that got hit hard last week against Gallatin are delivering some blows on the defensive side of the ball, and it's really showing. That last play, Justin Jones, the catch was across the middle, 8 yards short of the first down, and he nailed him down at that point. He got no more.
John, it looked like we had some confusion on the sideline as well as we were here. Mount Juliet comes out in a wide set. Looked like they were going for it.
We were prepared to field a punt, and Mount Juliet's offense was still in the game, and Zach White was still at the quarterback position and in the shotgun as well. So here they come back out now. Let's see what's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Bring a punter out now.
Well, it wouldn't. The punter is in the game. Burke is in the football game, but he's lined up wide as a receiver.
So the Bears evidently going, or they're going to try to draw the Blue Devils off sides. They're going to send 4 receivers out and go out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. White back to throw. Looks, fires over the middle. Blue Devils got him inside the 40. 57 is there. Is that Miller?
That is Miller.
And a couple of more blue shirts with him. But they make the sack. They'll put it at the Bear 41, and the Blue Devils are in business. That gamble did not pay off for the Bears. If you make that, it's fantastic. If you don't, you're in trouble, and the Bears are in trouble right now. Lebanon leading 14-7 with 6:08 to play, and they've got the football at the Bear 41. Pretty good field position.
Outstanding field position. John Miller with that sack.
Double wide out set. Jones right, Defendahl left. Toss sweep near side, and here goes Forrest. Trying to turn the corner. Dives, and we'll get a yard or two, and we get a flag down, and I think that may go against the Blue Devils, and it may be a hold, but let's see.
Zach Thompson was leading Forrest around the end. That's where the flag goes down, and they're going to throw a hold on the Blue Devils. That will back it up.
So the Blue Devils making it hard on themselves here with a hold. It will bring up first down, and and 20. Was that an 11-yard penalty?
It's like a 10. They may have marked 11.
Marked 11. We go all the way back to our 48.
It's a penalty from the point of the foul. So that
okay, all right. Double wide out set. Lannon wants to throw. Fires long. Jones is there. Batted down. Not a very good pass because Jones was very well covered over there, and Miller was all, or was it Burke or Sanders was all over him over there, and Jones could not get the pass. As a matter of fact, having just kind of thrown up for grabs between Jones and Burke.
John, if you can get us an update on Kyle Schaefer. We keep hearing that he's coming back, but we're wondering when we might see Schaefer back out there on the field. He's missed much of this first half with an ankle he turned early in the game.
Lebanon flip-flops their receivers, and here running right is Lannon. Looks, turns it, got a little yardage, back to the 50, and Lannon going to be really racked up down at the Mt Juliet 48. So a little plus yardage, about 3 yards on the carry for Lannon. It will bring up third down now and a bunch, about 21.
Lebanon was trying to run the Miami screen to Defendahl. They brought Defendahl down the line of scrimmage with a couple of blockers out in front of him, but Mt Juliet smelled it out. Lanning wisely did not make that throw and took off, got what he could get on the play. Lebanon now looking at a third down and about 18 to go for the first.
3 and 18 for the Blue Devils. Nose of the football down at the Mt Juliet 48. Lebanon's got to go to the 30 for the first down. Jones left, Defendahl right. Fullback is Neal. Tailback is Forrest. And a toss sweep to Forrest. Needing some blocking. Forrest got a little running room. Cuts it down the sideline. Crosses the 45. Crosses the 40. And we'll get it down to the 39. And that's going to bring up a fourth down and about 9 on the carry.
John, what about Schaefer? I don't see him coming out to punt. Anything new?
He's wants to go. I don't think the coaching staff's going to let him go, Tommy. Not as of yet. He's on the sideline. He's up and down, walking up and down, and they're going to be guarding him and only use him as needed.
Derek Allison in to punt for Lebanon.
Be Lebanon's first punt of the night. Allison got time. High end over end. Not going to get much yardage on it, but he's going to take a Lebanon roll. Hit at the 25 and roll inside the 20 and roll dead at the 19 or possibly, let's see, they're going to put it all the way down to the 17. So the Bears will have to start from their own 17.
Terry, there have been worse punts.
Tommy Allison's first punt of the season rolls dead just outside the 17, 22-yard punt. Mount Juliet deep in their own territory.
John, down to you.
Tom, on that last running play that Lanning had, kept the ball around the end, got tackled, favored that same arm, that same hand that he had broke earlier. They got him on the sideline now looking at it, so we'll keep you updated on that.
Bears toss sweep to Sanders coming to the near side. Lebanon going to turn him in. Yard, not much more than that. Defense is in, playing it well down there. Who is 25 or 29?
Adam Dillon, the strong safety.
Adam Dillon coming up to make that spot, filling the hole there.
Strong safety came up and just set that corner and established himself as the corner. Said, if you're going to run this thing, you're going to have to get around me. And he makes a stop right there. Very little gain, 1 yard perhaps, on the game for the Bears.
He came up in a hurry. I thought it was the defensive end, but it was Dillon. Zach White looking at a 2nd down and 9. Back to throw. Looks, fires long. Got a man running with the Blue Devils. It's incomplete. Nice breakup at midfield by Vandiver.
Taylor Vandiver in man coverage out there with Chance Weatherford of Mount Juliet. Weatherford has been a big play receiver for the Bears, and Vandiver, the junior, is stride for stride with him. John, give us an update on Chad Lanning.
They're icing his hand down. Taylor Shipp is warming up on the sideline.
Thanks, John. That's his left hand, if I remember correctly. And he got up in a pile on that scramble, so Chad Lanning maybe not coming back this half. Taylor Shipp getting loose.
Bears with 3 wideouts. Zach White, the quarterback, underneath. Blue Devils trying to put a rush on. Breaks the tackle. Here comes Hume. Over the 20, out over the 25, out over the 30, over the 35, to the 36, all the way out to the 37, leaving Blue Devils strewn in his path.
Lebanon had 2 shots at him, once in the backfield, once at the line of scrimmage, and Hume just explodes up into that Lebanon secondary. Terry Stafford, a nice run by Hume.
Tommy all the way out to the 37, 18-yard pickup, first down for Mount Juliet.
Steelman rushing shot by the play and gave Hume some room. This time they try the other side, and he'll get about a yard or a couple of yards, maybe to the 39 from the 37. 2 yards on the pickup. And it will be 2nd down and 8 as they put the ball at the Bear 39. 2:58 remaining here in the opening period. Blue Devils leading Mount Juliet 14-7. Again, they go with 4 wideouts and they go out of the gun. Zach White, the quarterback. Blue Devils trying to put a rush, but they run that tailback again. Moving over the 40 is Hume. Out over the 43 to the 44. Near the 45, Hume is going to peel off about 6 yards and make it about a 3rd and a long one for a Bear first down. Ball at the Bear 45.
Mount Juliet going no huddle.
White underneath the center. White gives off to his tailback. Blue Devils stopping. He did not get it. It'll bring up a 4th down at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play. Blue Devils all over that one as they run Hume, the tailback, in there again. And it'll bring up a 4th and a long yard. So the Bears evidently going for it again. They're not showing all that much respect for the Lebanon offense, trying to not worried about giving them the football on their end of the field. 4 wideouts. Shotgun formation. Zach White at the controls. Blue Devils trying to break it up here and take over the football. Ball is at the Bear 45. Long count. Here's a snap, and they give it to the tailback, and he's got some room. Moving is Hume. Over the 50, over the 45, down over the 40, to the Lebanon 39. It's 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Inside handoff as White takes the shotgun snap, hands it inside to Humes. He takes off. Terry Stafford, what's that run?
Tommy, 16 yards down to the Lebanon 39. First down, Mount Juliet, 1:30 and counting in the first half.
Bears taking over, remember, way back at their own 17. They've driven to the Lebanon 39, and they're on the move. Shotgun formation again. White powers it in there, and it's broken up. And Lebanon had a chance to intercept that. Trice was over there, and Dillon was over there, as was Chance Weatherford, but A couple of hands got on it, but that was really not thrown to anybody, I don't think. It was just kind of thrown in the pack over there.
Tell you what, Zach White doesn't lob that football anywhere. He throws a shot in there. He has made a couple of connections tonight where he's really put the ball on the money.
Second down and 10. Again, they use 4 wide receivers and go out of the shotgun. Hume, the tailback, back there with Zach White, the quarterback. White wants to throw, looks, fires over the middle, caught and stuck at the 18. Weatherford catches it. He's hit by Shockley at the 18. And the Bears are on the move again with 1:12. They've got plenty of time, and they're inside Lebanon's 20 at the 18-yard line. Blue Devils 14-7 lead, looking a little precarious right now.
Weatherford comes out of the game. New receiver is Michael Sanders as Mount Juliet goes shotgun, trips right.
One back, that's Hume. Back there with Zach White. Here's the play. White gives it to Hume. Now White going to pull it out and run it. He turns it. He's gone all the way. White 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bears, and it's 14-13.
Mount Juliet faked the inside handoff to Hume, the play that had worked so well on the long run for first down yardage. Zach White kept it, took off around the end. Nobody was there, and it's 6 for the Bears as their no-huddle offense converts with 56 seconds to go in the first half. John, you've got the call of the PAT.
Alan Miller to attempt the point after. The snap is called for from center. It's back. It's on the tee. The kick is up. Looks good. It is. We're tied up here at Noakes Lassiter Field. 14-all with 56 seconds to go in the first half of play. They set us up with a little misdirection, worked on us all the way down the field, and the quarterback takes it in for the score to tie it up. The sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon. Go by and see Ron in the game for all your hair care needs. Back to the station with the score tied 14-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
56 seconds left in the half. Mount Juliet has tied the ball game. 82-yard drive, 10 plays. Zach White, the quarterback, 18-yard run. Alan Miller kicks the extra point. It's 14-14, 56 seconds left in the first half.
And the Bears set to kick it away. Lebanon will get it, but they'll only have 56 seconds to work with. Here's Burke's kick, long and deep, going to be taken by, well, Lebanon going to fumble it around and finally pick it up at the 15. Gets a block, coming to the near side, trying to turn it upfield. Got a little running room. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Ridden down at the Mount Juliet 26. Running the football is 18, A.J. Stewart. Brings it all the way down to the Mount Juliet 26, and the Blue Devils are in business with 39 seconds to go.
Chad Lanning, our quarterback, is in the locker room. Taylor Shipp comes out to run the show. Terry Stafford, what about that sophomore A.J. Stewart?
Tommy, what an exciting run by Stewart. He started at the Lebanon 15, finally tackled at the 26 of Mount Juliet. 59-yard return by Stewart.
Taylor Shipp, the new quarterback, in for the Blue Devils, under the center. Double wide out set. Shipp toss sweep to Forrest. Far side. Forrest got a little running room. Runs in there, gets hit, bounces outside, turns it upfield. Flag goes down, and he'll make it all the way to the 20. But check it. This will probably going to come back. They'll throw the flag at the 26, and I think it'll cost the Blue Devils 10 from that spot.
Lanning is in the locker room. John, I'm assuming Dr. Kalin, our orthopedic surgeon, well, I see Doc on the sideline. I guess Kevin Wolf went in with our quarterback, Chad Lanning.
Sure did, Tommy, and Chad's dad, Dr. Lanning, is gone in there with him. They had it on ice and going in there, I guess, to take a better look at it and see how bad it is. He favored it as soon as he come out of that pile on that quarterback rollout pass. He decided to tuck it and run and got evidently a helmet right on the hand.
Taylor Shipp, the sophomore, directing the Blue Devil offense. They move it back to the 36. Shipp to throw. Fired long, and here's Jones. Caught! Jones inside the 10. Blue Devils need a timeout with 16 seconds. They mark the football at the 7. Jones had to turn back inside of his man and makes the grab from Taylor Shipp, and it's Blue Devils with an opportunity to put points on the board here. It's There's 15 seconds on the scoreboard clock. Time for a couple of plays and a timeout going to be taken on the field. Keep it here. Tommy, what's your observation about our quarterback situation?
Well, Taylor Shipp has played well for Lebanon in the B team. Taylor has played well when he has been given an opportunity to throw. Terry Stafford, he got to play in the first game of the season against Wilson Central. What were those numbers?
Tommy, in that game, he only threw 3 passes, but he completed all 3 of them, and 2 of them went for touchdowns. So he's now 4 of 4 on the season. Picks up 29 on that play.
29 yards on that fade route to Jones, who made a nice adjustment during the play, turned back inside, and Taylor Shipp, he's handled it so far. Lebanon looking at a first down and goal at the 7-yard line. 15 seconds to go. Lebanon has taken a timeout, and I believe we should have 1 timeout. That is it. That is our last timeout. Lebanon with no timeouts left.
Ball squarely on the Bear 7. 15 seconds to go. It's 14-14, but the Blue Devils are knocking on the door. Jones left. Deffendahl on the right flank. And Taylor Shipp, the sophomore, the quarterback. Neal is the fullback, and the tailback is Forrest. Shipp back to throw, gives it to Forrest. Forrest breaks a tackle at the 5 and is knocked down at the 4. And the clock is running, and the Blue Devils can't stop it, trying to hurry and get the play away. They're not going to be able to do it, I don't think, and the clock is going to run out right there.
Could not get the...
Bad clock management by the Blue Devils. They had the time to throw it a couple of times, but they elected to run it. Made 3 yards to the 4, and the clock runs out. It's halftime. Blue Devils 14, Bears 14. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
The Women's Health Center are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. From Dr. Charles Lanning and the Women's Health Center, go Blue Devils. University Medical Center are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football.
UMC for LHS. UMC for LHS. UMC for LHS.
From University Medical Center, go Blue Devils. Lebanon Dodge, Lebanon Lincoln Mercury Cadillac are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Billy Farrell and Eddie Oliver want to wish the Blue Devils much success on this year's season. From Lebanon Dodge, Lebanon Lincoln Mercury Cadillac, go Blue Devils. Randy's Barbershop are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Randy Johnson would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Randy's Barbershop, go Big Blue. Buckeyes Discount Drugs are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. John Turner of Buckeyes would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Buckeye Drugs, go Big Blue. Partlow Funeral Chapel are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Jackie Partlow would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Partlow Funeral Chapel, go Blue Devils. Charter Communications are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Charter Communications would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Charter Communications, go Blue Devils!
From what John has been able to tell us, there is a cutout on the palm of his hand, so his fingers are free. He could conceivably go under center to take snaps. So we look for Chad Lanning perhaps to come back and lead this Lebanon offense here in the third quarter. Mount Juliet dodged a huge bullet when Lebanon stalled out inside the 10-yard line as the clock ran out at the end of the first half. Lebanon had a second down and the clock stopped. And I see Schaefer limping across the way. It looks like he's not going to be back in action. Schaefer coming back out on the field. Lebanon beat up, banged up as we're ready for this second half.
All right, here's Mount Juliet's kick. Short and going to be taken by Stewart at the 28 and evidently had a knee down. Stewart wanted to run, but evidently the knee was down. So Lebanon will put it in play from their own 28, but still a good starting spot for the Blue Devils as they get the ball to start the third period. They won the toss at the beginning of the ball game and deferred. It's 14-14, and we've just underway with the third quarter here at Oaks Lassiter Field.
Chad Lanning is out there. He's answered the bell, and he has got what looks like a white boxing mitt on that left hand.
And Lanning will go up under the center. Double wide out set for the Blue Devils. Now Juliet jumps, toss, sweep. This is to Forrest. Got some running room. Forrest over the 30. Out over the 33 to the 34. Makes the 35 and runs out of bounds at the 35. So Forrest is going to get 6 or 7 yards on the carry. And evidently Lanning handling the ball well. Lanning's a tough customer. He'll play. I think you'd have to break both legs, keep him out of there.
Well, Clyde, I remember, was it last year? He hurt that hand and missed. Had surgery midweek and came back and played on that Friday night. He is one tough little customer.
Second down and 4. Second and 3, actually, for the Blue Devils. They give it to Forrest up the middle, and Forrest jams his head in there. He's going to get 2 out to the 36 to the 38. And he's going to be near the first down, but it's not going to be quite there, I don't think. Let's see where they will put the ball down. They'll put the ball down at the 38. It's awfully close to the first down yardage. I think they've got to go about the 38 and a half, so it's third down and I'll call it a yard. 3rd and 1 for the Blue Devils.
But I wonder if with Lanning having that thing on his hand, if that's going to affect his ability to run, if they'll take a chance with him running.
Lanning underneath, sets him down. And they hand it to Forrest. Forrest is going to be hit in the backfield and stopped. He squirts forward on second effort and gets a half yard. Whether or not that's going to be enough or not, we'll have to wait and see. Trying to follow the block of Steelman in there. And I think it's going to be close enough to measure. So we'll have to wait and see. Can't tell from where this ball is on the sideline. He got some yardage, but did he get enough?
Right, I don't know. If it didn't look like he got much forward progress on that play as Forrest took the snap, took the ball deep in the backfield and tried to head upfield as they stretched the chains.
I believe he's got it.
Eagle eye.
And he does. By the length of the football. I thought on second effort he punched forward and got just a little bit of yardage, but it was enough. So the Blue Devils have the first down, and it's 1st and 10. And a big first down there because you want to go get something on this drive. 14-14. We have just started the third period here at Oaks Lassiter. Jones to the near side, and to the far side is Defendahl. Toss sweep right side, and here comes Forrest. Got some room. Forrest breaks a tackle, moves over the 40, out over the 45 to the 46. Big run again on first down by the tailback Forrest, and that's got to put him up near the 100-yard mark.
He's had a good first half and a first couple of plays there, Terry, running the football.
Tommy Justin picks up 7 on that play. That gives him 114 yards on 16 carries.
And once again, our thanks goes to Glenn Gardner and the people at Dick's Food Market for their help providing eats for the officials. Bob Lee helps coordinate that for all the referees, the officials tonight. And thanks to Glenn Gardner and the folks at Dick's Food Market.
Second and a short 3, and again they give it to Forrest, the tailback, breaking the tackle in the backfield, got some room. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, he's gone. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Blue Devils, no flag, Blue Devils take the lead. Forrest goes 54 for the score.
Hey, that one's big right there, folks. That gets Lebanon on top by 7 and gives that offensive line and that backfield a little confidence there as they grind it out. They take it and score without throwing the football against this Mount Juliet defense. John, once Forrest broke that initial line of scrimmage, he was in the secondary and out of there.
Got some good blocks up front. Tommy got it into the secondary and then motored it on in for the score. Huge play for the Blue Devils. The snap is back. Miller's kick is up. It looks good. It's long enough. It is down the gut. It's good. 21-14 your score. 9:56 to go in the third quarter of play. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon, across from Save-A-Lot. Your score now in the third, 21-14. Blue Devils up by 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Lebanon only 5 plays to take the lead in the third quarter. Lebanon going 72 yards in the 5 plays. Justin Forrest, a 54-yard touchdown run. Miller adds the extra point. We've got 9:56 left in the third. It's Lebanon 21, Mount Juliet 14.
Derek Allison will kick it away for the Blue Devils. And here's his kick. Again, the sidewinder going a little deep to the 21 to Sanders. Sanders coming across field. Blue Devils get a hand on him and drag him down from behind. Great coverage down there by 59. Tommy, who is he? Josh Goolsby got a handful of shirt and would not let go and drag Sanders down at the 23-yard line.
Great job of kicking by Derek Allison and a tremendous job on the coverage team. Goolsby gets in there behind him and pulls him down before he can get anything going. Mount Juliet hemmed up inside their own 25, calling that starting field position at their own 23-yard line. Zach White comes out to lead that Mount Juliet offense, and he's had a very productive first half under center.
Well, he's the guy we talked about at halftime. He has thrown some darts here in the first half. The Bears put 3 receivers to the near side, White up under the center, 1 running back behind him, and they give it to that fullback up the middle, and not a lot of room there. Blue Devils all over him. He punches it maybe for 2 yards over the 24 out to the 25. A gain of about 2 by the Bears as he followed his big center right up the middle and gets a couple of yards. And they'll put it there. Zach King, the 5'11", 235-pound junior center, leading the way. Ball squarely on the Bear 25.
And once again, we do not see Kyle Schaefer out there. Brody Farrell is playing that weak side defensive end. Schaefer limping from the locker room. I don't expect you'll see him the second half.
Bears with a double wide out set. Blue Devils jump, but did they get? Here comes Sanders up the middle. Tripped up by Trice, the linebacker, or he had big time yardage. He crosses the 30, gets out to the 31. Trice got the toe and trips him up, and he falls forward for a couple of yards after that. But it's going to bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 for Mount Juliet at their own 31.
Nice cutback by the Mount Juliet tailback. The play started off tackle to the right, and he saw just a little crack of daylight, peeled it back in there, and almost had the very big play.
Miller and Michael Sanders split to the near side, and they give it to Sanders, and he's going to be bottled up, but he comes outside, got the first down. Lebanon had him bottled up inside the 30, and he finds a hole and squirts out for 5 yards and gets the first down out to the 35. Good running by Sanders, the tailback. I thought sure the Blue Devils had him trapped behind his own men, but he got out of there and squirts forward for 5 yards and got up the first down.
Terry, what about Sanders running the football tonight?
17 yards on 6 carries by Sanders. Humes, 60 yards on 9 carries.
So the Bears come up with a first down. 1st and 10, Mount Juliet at their own 35. They send Sanders in motion and back to throw. Firing long, and he's got a man. Caught. Chance Weatherford makes the grab. No, I beg your pardon. It's Michael Sanders makes the grab. He was wide open, and Lebanon had to make a touchdown saving tackle down at the Lebanon 41.
Right, he got open in a hurry on that flag route. Down and then angled it toward the sideline. Zach White laid it right on the money. And Terry, that junior quarterback from Mount Juliet has been accurate.
You're right, Tommy. Picks up 24 on that pass. 7 of 9 tonight for Zach White, 120 yards.
Here come the Bears. Nose of the football down near the Lebanon 40, and it's 1st and 10. 3 receivers out, shotgun formation. Zach White will pull the trigger. Here's the snap, and he gives it to Hume, and Lebanon hits him in the backfield, and he's going to lose maybe a half yard, maybe a yard. Trice, I think it was, made the first hit, but he spun out of that hit and then got hit again. And is going to lose a half yard. It'll be second, well, give him a yard loss. 2nd and 11 now for the Bears. Nose of the football at the Lebanon 41. He loses a yard.
Defensively for the Blue Devils up front, Varte Martin at a tackle. We've got Aaron Smith at the nose, John Miller at the other tackle. Neighbors and Farrell are your defensive ends.
Shotgun formation again. 4 receivers this time. White on a bootleg coming to the near side. Here's the pitch to Sanders. He's got room. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Breaks a tackle. He's inside the 15, down to the 10. They'll spot it at the 10.
Clyde, once again, Mt Juliet with a good play on the option. They line up in the shotgun. Direct snap goes to the quarterback, White. He then makes the late pitch as Neighbors climbs all over Zach White. But we didn't have anybody on the pitch man, and Terry Stafford, the tailback, almost took it to the house.
You're right, Tommy. Perfect pitch by Zach White to Sanders. Line of scrimmage to the 41. Sanders tackled at the 10. That's 31-yard pickup and a first down for Mt Juliet.
Nose of the football just at the 10-yard line. They could pick up a first down, but it's got to be, they got to go all the way to the goal line to get it. Timeout Mt Juliet. 6:33 to play in quarter 3. 21-14 Blue Devils, but the Bears knocking on the door when we come back after this 30-second timeout.
Leads Mt Juliet by a score of 21-14. And Eagle Eye Terry Stafford tells us that Mt Juliet may have got the advantage of a block in the back on that play. Nonetheless, Sanders, the tailback, takes it down to the 11, just outside the 10. 6:33 to go in the third period, and the Bears are knocking on the door.
Bears again going out of that. No, they'll move up under center. Zach White under the center. Brings motion to Sanders and gives it to Sanders. Trying to turn it. He turns inside the 10, over the 9, over the 8, down over the 7 to the 6. And the Blue Devils trying to put up a goal line stand here. He moves the ball. I think they'll give him only the 7, so a 3-yard gain by Sanders, the tailback. It'll be second down. And about 7. They can pick up the first down, but they'd have to be within inches of a score. White again brings Sanders in motion. Keeps it himself. Lebanon going to hit him, and he's not going to get a lot of running room there. He may have gotten to the 6. May have picked up a half yard on the play. Not a lot of gain there, as I don't know if that was a planned play or the Bears had a little mix-up in the backfield. But the quarterback had nobody to give it to and had to keep it himself, trying to go up the middle. And there was very little gain, maybe a half yard. It's third down now.
Smith, Farrell on the tackle for Lebanon.
Miller left, Michael Sanders right, Zach White at the 6. Toss sweep Sanders. Lebanon got a hand on him. He breaks one tackle, breaks another, gets to the 5, and the Blue Devils will pin him down at the 5.
That's a tricky play there as they belly the fullback on the right side. Zach White then makes a pitch to the tailback who's going left, and Lebanon linebacker on the weak side, Brad Trice, stayed at home and was able to make that play. Fourth down and about 5 to go.
They're going to kick it.
They're going to try to get some points down here.
Lebanon is, I think they're going to put it down. So, John, you got the call on the kick.
I was hollering for him not to jump off sides. Miller in to attempt the field goal. The snap is back. The kick is up. It is negative. No good. Wide left. Woo! A sigh of relief there. 4:27 to go in the third. The Blue Devils hold. We're still at 21-14. The sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon. We'll be back. Let's keep it here because the Blue Devils are going on offense. 4:27 to go. We're in the third quarter. Blue Devils hold on D. We're up 21-14.
22-yard field goal attempt pulled wide left, and Lebanon's offense back out on the field.
Blue Devil offensively will have Lannon at quarterback, Neal at fullback, The tailback is Forrest. Toss sweep to Forrest. Got some blocking. Forrest has got some room. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And Forrest ridden out of bounds out over the 40. So a big run again by Forrest of about 20 yards or more. And the Blue Devils are out of the hole in a hurry.
Forrest has run the ball with authority tonight. He's gotten the ball deep, has run it north and south, and Terry Stafford, he is playing like you want a tailback to run the ball.
You're right, Tommy, going north to south tonight. 21 yards on that pickup. Justin now with 189 yards on the night.
Double wide out set for the Blue Devils. They give it to Forrest again. Collared in the backfield, but still breaking a tackle. Flag's going to go down. Could be a face mask. Hang on here. They'll throw the flag at the 40. But let's see what the call is going to be.
Tommy Donald on the tackle for the Bears, a freshman.
It's against the Bears. And I think it's a face mask, but let's see what the call is going to be.
Face mask is the call. Inadvertent.
So they'll walk off 5. It was an inadvertent face mask. He was collared by 4 or 5 Bears, and evidently somebody's hand got around on the face mask. So the Blue Devils now will have a 1st and 5. Well, from the spot, we get a 1st and 4, or 1st and 6. Lannon sets him down. 1st and 6. Lannon wants to throw. He's got Defendahl at the 49. Defendahl breaking a tackle. Gets inside the 49 down to the 48. Enough for the Blue Devil. 1st down.
Nice little stop route by Defendahl as he takes about 4 or 5 steps off the line of scrimmage. Just stops and looks back at the quarterback, and Lanning laid it right on the money. That's his first pass since coming back in here in this second half. And repeating once again, he has got a mitt on that left hand protecting that plate.
Well, he's throwing well, but I'll tell you, this Defendahl kid can catch the ball. No doubt about it. Double wide out set. Landing underneath. It's 1st and 10. Toss sweep. Coming to the near side, and here goes Forrest. Big running room. Forrest up the middle. Down over the 45. Inside the 40. To the 39. All the way down near the 38. And Forrest, with that run, has got to be very close to that 200-yard mark.
Terry? Kaladi picks up 9 on that carry. 197 yards, 20 carries for Justin tonight.
Pretty good stats by the Lebanon tailback. Double wide out set for the Blue Devils. Lannon saying something to his fullback. 2nd down and a yard to go for the 1st down. They give it to the fullback, and barreling up the middle comes Neal. He's got the 1st down. Over the 35, over the 34, all the way down to the 31. Dwayne White, rather than Neal, in there at the fullback spot. Beg your pardon. White with a run. And a big, quick blast right up the middle produces a Lebanon 1st down all the way down to the 31.
Dwayne White was injured in the offseason in an automobile accident. Saw his first action last week of this season against Gallatin, and with a very good run there on to get us the 1st down.
Blue Devils at the Bear 31, leading 21-14. Lanning to Forrest. Forrest breaking a tackle. Moving over the 30, over the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, and down to the 8 goes Forrest. What a run by Forrest. Flag down at the 21. Hang on your horses. But that was effort, guys.
Great.
The tailback shows us some effort on that
Great
play.
2nd and 3rd effort, and they're making the call right in front of John down there on the field. Clyde, let's go down to John. John, what do they have? Who do they have it on?
They called a hold on Defendahl, and it was just a face block, Tommy. It was nothing holding about that we could see. It's right in front of us here, and it was, I have no idea what he saw, but that's the call, and it's going to bring it back.
Well, it'll be 2nd down and 10 now from the 31. After they walked that fine run back, as Forrest took that all the way down to the 8-yard line and then gets it nullified.
Terry, what about the yardage on that play?
Okay, what Forrest gets is the yardage up to the point of the foul, so it is a 10-yard pickup by Justin.
2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they give it to Forrest. Coming to the near side, got some blocking. 30, 25, 20. Forrest inside the 15 and is down at the 15-yard line. So Forrest with about a 15, 16-yard run there. Getting some good blocking from up front. They had the Mt Juliet linemen sealed off.
Lebanon's got it done for the tailback tonight, folks. Grandstaff, Bradley Haynes, Steelman, Harrison Haynes, Clemens, Neighbors, the receivers, Defendahl and Jones getting some good blocks up front as they're giving the tailback an alley to run the football.
Another first down for the Blue Devils, this time at the Bear 15. Lanning sets the ball club down. White is the tailback. They give it to the tailback. This is Forrest. 10 to the 5. Forrest, touchdown, Blue Devils. Justin Forrest takes it to the house for the score, and the Blue Devils go up 27-14.
Big drive for the Blue Devils as they take it after the missed field goal attempt by the Bears and march it down the field for the score. Forrest showing some great running over the 200-yard mark for the Lebanon tailback. John, you've got the call of this PAT attempt.
27-14 your score. Miller in to attempt the point after Defendahl in to handle the snap. It's back. It's on the tee. The kick is up long enough. Right down the middle. It's good. Blue Devils up 28-14, 1:17 to go in the third. This sideline report once again brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon. Go by and see Ron and the gang in the morning. Talk about the game tonight. Get your hair cut at Ron's Family Hair Design. Back to the station for this quick 30-second commercial break.
On the sideline, Zach Gross, a wide receiver, out of the game. Comes the tailback, Jason Sanders.
40 seconds to go in the third period. Blue Devils leading at 28-14. Everybody's out wide with the exception of the tailback Hume behind Zach White, who's up under the center for the Bears. Handed in the middle. White going to pull it out and take it, and he's going to break a tackle and get good yardage. Lebanon had him at the line of scrimmage. He squirts forward over the 40, all the way out near the 45, and it will bring up a third down and about 1.5 yards to go for the first down. They put the ball at the Mt Juliet 45.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter. 12 minutes of regulation ball to be played. Lebanon leads the Bears by a score of 28-14. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Great that Justin Forrest has really come of age in this football game tonight. He has taken the ball north and south. Terry, great numbers from the tailback position tonight, and not a bunch of carries.
You're right, Tommy. 238 yards on 23 carries. He got 139 of those in the third quarter, protecting Chad Lanning in his hand.
Bears will have it third down and, well, call it 3rd and 2 at their own 45. White up under the center is going to hand it in there to his tailback, and it's going to be close. I don't know where he got it or not, and I really don't think he did, but let's wait on the spot. It will depend upon the spot, but I don't believe he gets the first down. It's going to be awfully close.
He's
and
right
it's be close enough for a measurement.
He's right at the stick. If it's not a first down, it's very close. So you know the Bears will go for it. Down 2 touchdowns. Out near midfield, they've gone for it in far worse field position than this tonight. It is not long enough, not short enough to measure. 4th and about 12 inches to go for the first.
So here come the Bears. Big play for the Bears and a big play for the Lebanon defense. White sets him down, goes forward, and he's got enough for the first down. He didn't get a lot, but he crawled over that pile and actually comes up with a couple of yards after he slides over the pile and gets it out to near the 49. It's enough for the first down for the Bears, and they retain possession of the football. 11:26 to play in the fourth period. Lebanon leading 28-14.
And there's
Steelman going out with a limp now.
Another injury we need to check on, as coming in to replace Steelman at the linebacker spot is Chris Hires, the junior.
4 wideouts out. The Bears will go out of the gun. White wants to throw. Looks for somebody. Rushes on. Firing long. Great defensive play. That's Dillon again. Got that right hand up there and smacked it away. He was going for Michael Sanders down at the 25. Dillon hits it at about the 28 and smacks it away. Good defense.
The strong safety on that play runs into short center field and throws a paw up at the last second. Knocks that one away. Dillon really making himself at home in that secondary for the Blue Devils.
Really looking good back there tonight. Again, the Bears will go with 4 receivers. Hume in at the tailback spot. White will pull the trigger. He's back, wants to throw. Got a man wide open over the sticks down to the 40 for the first down. Nice play by Alan Miller. Goes down gets in front of Shockley, knows where the stick is. It's at the 41. He gets down at the 40 and makes the grab, and it's a Mount Juliet first down.
Once again, another nice throw by Zach White. He throws it where only his man, Miller, has a chance to pick the football up. Terry, he's had a good night throwing the ball as well.
You're right, Tommy. He picks up 11 and a first down there. Zach White, 8 of 11 in this ball game, 122 yards.
4 wide out set, shotgun formation. White trying to put some points on the board for his ball club. They give it to Hume, and Lebanon's going to hit him and knock him down maybe a half yard shy of the line of scrimmage. They tried to run Hume off the right tackle, but the Blue Devils were there, and he'll lose a half yard. Call it second down and 10.
The entire middle of that Lebanon defensive line, Varte Martin, Aaron Smith, John Miller, combined on that tackle as they tried the inside handoff once again to Hume. Couldn't get it going up the middle.
Again, the Bears will go out of the gun with 4 receivers. White looking, backpedal, pressure on, and they hit him and knock it down. Blue Devils go pick it up. Varte Martin, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Varte Martin all the way down to the 3. Lebanon knocks it free, and no fumble was called, so the big tackle lumbers down the field. Boy, that was a 100-yard dash by Martin, wasn't it?
Varte Martin comes up with it, and Dan Winfrey lobbying on the sideline, saying the quarterback's arm was going forward. The arm may have been going forward on that play, but the ball never got past his ear. It looked like it came out on the throwing motion. It popped loose. Varte Martin picked it up and marches all the way down inside the 10-yard line to the 4 as the Blue Devils have got it first and goal at the Mount Juliet 4.
Big Varte running the football. Put him at tailback. Lebanon at the 3 or the 4 with a first and 10. Toss sweep near side, and here comes Forrest to the 4. He's in the end zone, and the Blue Devils have gone over the 30 mark as they lead it 34-14. Forrest scampers in from 4 out, beating everybody to the corner on the near side for the touchdown.
And John, that's the first time Chad Lanning has had problems getting the snap. It looked like he had a little trouble making the snap and the toss to Forrest.
He was practicing taking the snap from center on the sideline while our defense was out there, Tommy. Was having some trouble over here. It continued out on the field. Made a awkward pitch to Forrest. Forrest was able to handle it, get it in the end zone. Miller in to attempt the point after. Snap is back, the kick is up. Looks like it's no good. It's going to be wide right. A lot of distance, a lot of height. Pushed it off to the right. Your score with 9:40 to go in this game, 34-14. The Blue Devils are up by 20. The Sideline Report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon. Go by and see Ron the gang in Lebanon on North Cumberland. You ought to know where they are tonight because we've said it a lot. We've had a lot of sideline reports because we've had a lot of scoring here this evening. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
42-yard sprint down to the 4-yard line. Justin Forrest, another touchdown, a 4-yard run, extra point, no good. 9:40 left in this game. Lebanon now with a commanding 34-14 lead.
I think our buddy was being awfully kind when he called that a sprint by Varte Martin.
Here's Allison's kick. Long and deep this time, and he's going back. It's going to be picked up at the 5 by Sanders. Coming to the near side, hit at the 6 and knocked down as he crosses the 10 out to about the 14. Lebanon all over Sanders down there.
Hey, how about the kicker running downfield? Allison, along with Trice, making the tackle on Sanders, and he's a little slow getting up. He's had an ankle problem all year long, and now he limps to the sideline. Lebanon deciding to go against what they've done all night on the kickoffs. They did not kick it short, kicked it deep, and now Mount Juliet starts at their own 14-yard line. 9:33 to go in the game. Lebanon on top, 34-14.
Well, the Bears have got to go 86 to get one here. Shotgun formation, this deep. Loose football. Blue Devils have it, I believe. Lebanon's got it at the 5.
They tried the shotgun snap to Humes, the tailback. He never got his hands on it. The ball came loose, and Brian Neighbors, the senior defensive end, scoops it up. And once again, in the space of less than 30 seconds. Lebanon is knocking on that Mt Juliet door once again. 1st and goal at the 6.
Blue Devil offense back on the field now. And Taylor Shipp is in there at the quarterback spot. Shockley is the tailback. And the fullback is Neal. Shipp the quarterback underneath. Toss sweep near side Shockley. Shockley hit at the 5. He's inside the 5, and a flag goes down as Shockley goes all the way down to about the 3, maybe the 2, but a flag is down. And let's see what the call is going to be. Holding Lebanon. Boy, we've had a few of those tonight, haven't we?
Time tonight, Lebanon with a hold.
4 holding penalties tonight, and it looks like Lebanon has decided to get Lanning out of the football game. John, when you can, give us a little status report on Chad. I wonder if they are treating him with ice on that sideline. What does it look like on the sideline with Lanning?
Tom, I talked to Chad on the series before that last touchdown, and he said it's sore all the way down into his wrist and bruised. He said they're not going to know until they get an x-ray on it tomorrow, but it did have some, it bled where the helmet had contact with the hand, so they're going to check it out tomorrow.
Ball at the 14. Shipp back to throw. Looks, fires over the middle, complete. Defendahl at the 2. Taylor Shipp again right on the money with the football. Mount Juliet comes out of there with it, but it's enough for the Lebanon 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal now at the 2. And guys, you got to be impressed with, I'm told that he's a junior rather than a sophomore, but you got to be impressed with Taylor Shipp throwing the football.
He has delivered the ball right on the money. They had Jones trying to work his way open. He went off to the secondary receiver to Defendahl and got the good yardage.
It's money in the bank when you're throwing to Defendahl. Chip underneath. Quick handoff. Neal in the middle. Neal powering and driving, getting down near the goal line, inside the 1 to the half-yard line. As they give it quickly to the big fullback, he got near the goal line and then was shoved back. Is Dwayne White, I beg your pardon. What did I say?
Neal.
Neal?
There's one or the other.
Well, it's... this is Lebanon and Mount Juliet.
That's right. That's right.
I'll try to get in the game. Dwayne White, the fullback. Beg your pardon. And White is still in there at the fullback spot. Shockley's the tailback. Shipp is the quarterback underneath. Tip making the call. Pitch to Shockley on the run. Shockley breaking a tackle. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Toss sweep to the left. Darren Shockley, the sophomore, made a move outside, cut it in off tackle, picks up the touchdown. Lebanon gets it to 40 with 7:50 to go in the football game. Lebanon goes on top 40-14 down to the field, and our sideline reporter John Bryan with the call of this PAT attempt.
Miller in to attempt the point after. Defendahl will handle the snap from center. It's gotten real ugly real quick. 40-14. The snap is back. The kick is up. This one's right down the middle. It's good. 41-14 your score. 7:50 to go in this game. We got a flag on the play. We'll keep it right here as we tell you this sideline report, once again brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon. And going to have the officials talking to the Lebanon players, evidently some unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul against the Blue Devils. Probably assess it on the kickoff. That's what they'll do. We'll take it back to the station. Your score, 41-14 Blue Devils, 7:50 to go in the game. We'll have a report on Chad Lanning when we come back.
Come back as the Blue Devils take advantage of the neighbors' fumble recovery. They go 6 yards in 3 plays. Darren Shockley, a 1-yard touchdown run. Miller's extra point this time right down the middle. So with 7:50 left in the game, Lebanon 41, Mount Juliet 14.
John, quickly, what about Chad?
Chad's, of course, done for the evening. They are icing it down now. I got a chance to look at the hand. It's just skin up like he's maybe hit a piece of concrete with it on the side of it. They're going to x-ray it first thing in the morning, and we'll know the status sometime tomorrow.
Derek Allison will kick off from the Blue Devil 25 after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And here's Allison's kick. A scribbler along the ground. Going to get a good roll. It's inside the 40. And Blue Devils have it. Lebanon down there with hustle. 20. Vandiver comes out of there with it.
Taylor Vandiver with a great hustle play as Lebanon kicks the grounder. That was not, I repeat, that was not an onside kick. John, it happened right in front of you. Lebanon was backed up 15 yards and just kicked the grounder down there. And Taylor Vandiver with a hustle play.
He just kicked it to an open side of the field. A soccer kick, Tommy. Something you would see just for positioning only. Vandiver motors down untouched, and the ball's bouncing around there. The Mount Juliet Bears could not get onto it before Taylor Vandiver jumped on it for the Blue Devil possession.
Taylor Shipp leads them out of the huddle and up to the line. We got some new receivers in there now. Number 8 in the ball game for the Blue Devil. That's David Crozer.
Lebanon's going to burn a timeout here to make sure they got the right personnel on the field. That will be a timeout charge to the Blue Devils. 7:49 to go in the football game. Lebanon on top, 41-14. John, as I send it back down to you, Lebanon just has exploded here in this second half of action.
Tommy, when I was back behind the stadium during the halftime, there was some harsh words going on from that senior leadership on the Blue Devils squad. Really talking about wanting this win, wanting to fight, needing to fight, showing some fight, and that's what they've done in this second half. When the seniors got through talking to the team, then the coaches lit in on them and basically said the same thing, and they've really bowed their neck in this second half and came out and played Blue Devil football the way we want to see it played.
Lebanon with some youngsters in at the wide receiver spot. Crozer in a junior. Of course, Taylor Vandiver goes to the left side of the formation. He has played a lot of football on the defensive side.
Taylor Shipp, the quarterback. Crozer to the near side, Vandiver to the left. Trice at the fullback spot. Toss sweep to the near side to a new tailback. He turns it at the 40, at the 35, breaks out of a tackle. Flag's going to go down. They'll knock him down at the 35. And number 40, is that Green? No, it's Devin Adams. Devin Adams, a sophomore, 5'8", 155-pounder. Flag's down.
And it looks like
another hold.
Lebanon has held again. You mentioned Green. Green has hurt his leg, Clyde. He did that in a B-team game last week, the week of the Gallatin game. It may be a couple of weeks before Green is able to get back in there and play. Jason Green, the junior, and the mark-off goes against the Blue Devils. Terry, what about that penalty situation against Lebanon?
Tommy, for the 5th time tonight, Lebanon holds, so they have 9 penalties, 75 yards.
Shipp sets them down at the quarterback spot. Taylor Shipp, toss sweep to the 50. 45, still on his feet, over the 44 to the 43 to the 42, and running the football is Donnie Roan, 5'5", 150-pound senior. And he's going to get some pretty good yardage, get about 8 of that 10-yard penalty back. Well, about 7 of the 10-yard penalty back. It'll bring up second down and 14.
Lebanon getting a lot of new kids in the backfield. Checking in to play fullback now, Jason Neal. And Roan will dot the I at tailback.
Double wide out set by the Blue. Crozer near side, Vandiver far side. They throw it out here. Crozer, it's a little bit high and over his head. It's the first bad pass we've seen Shipp throw tonight. He's been on the money since he came in. That one just a little bit high.
And Terry, his first incompletion of the 2001 season.
You're right, Tommy. He completed the first 3 in the first game. He was 2 of 2 tonight until that. So now Taylor Shipp on the season, 5 out of 6.
Now we get another receiver coming in for the Blue Devils. That's Corey Cunningham coming to the near side. Have to check that number on the far side, but Shipp is still in there at the quarterback spot. Fires quick look in, pass complete down to the 36. Big number 87. That belongs to Dustin Chaffin, a junior, 5'11", 155-pounder. And that will bring up fourth down and about 7 to go for the first down.
Marshall Foster, a junior, in at tackle for Lebanon as the Blue Devil coaching staff continues to substitute liberally.
Blue Devils put in a lot of players in there, getting a lot of game experience here in the latter closing moments. Toss sweep to Roan. Roan breaks a tackle, Gets inside the 35 all the way down to about the 33. It's not going to be enough for the first down. He was knocked back, and the ball will go over. The Bears will take it over at their own 33 as they've held the younger version of the Blue Devils and will take the football over. 41-14 with 6:06 to play here at Lebanon High School.
Dominic Sanchez with the tackle, the defensive end for the Bears, as the Mount Juliet defense holds, and Sanchez comes off the field with a little bit of a limp. Lebanon defensively will check some of that personnel. Smith at the nose, Miller and Varte. Check it, we've got a new defensive tackle. Varte Martin out of the game.
Bears going out of that shotgun once again. Here's White backpedaling, looking to throw, firing a bullet over the middle, complete out of the 45 and knocked down at the 50 as he throws it to Davey Burke, the wide receiver, 5'10", 160-pound junior. It's enough for the first down and moves the football to midfield.
Mount Juliet going no huddle, that hurry-up offense. In a tackle, Dustin Wade, defensive tackle for Lebanon.
5:56 to play. Bears out of the gun once again. White still in there, quarterback. Hume is still the tailback. Long count. Here's the snap. White going to keep it himself. He's going to be hit at the 50. Fall forward and get a couple of yards, maybe a yard and a half over the 49, but maybe the length of the football. And the Blue Devils relieve him of his helmet there. White's had a good night tonight against the Blue Devils throwing the football. He has really been on the money.
Right, he paid the price on that when I counted 5 Blue Devil jerseys getting up off that pile. And Zach White ran the ball to the near side on the option out of the shotgun. And Lebanon that time got some people on the quarterback.
He gets a yard. It's second down and 9. Ball inside the Lebanon 49. Again, they go out of the gun and put 4 receivers out. White backpedals, wants to throw. Blue Devils trying to put some pressure. He's got Sanders, and he's wrapped up by Trice at the 46. A gain of about 3 on the pass play. Nice play by Trice as he wraps Sanders up just as he caught that football down near the 45. He'll gain about 3 on the play, and it will bring up third down and 6.
Trice and Shockley out of the game. Coming in at a linebacker position for Lebanon is Chris Hires. Dustin Minchie comes in at a safety position for the Blue Devils.
Bears with a third and 6. Again goes out of the gun. Here's the pitch to Hume, and Hume has got the first down. Inside the 40, inside the 39, down inside the 38. And it's enough for the Bear first down.
Goolsby on the tackle for the Blue Devils as Mount Juliet picks up enough for first down yardage. Here, what about Humes running the ball tonight?
Tommy picks up 8 on that play in a first down. 83 yards, 14 carries for Chris Humes.
Bears with a first and 10, and they're going out of the gun exclusively, sending 4 receivers out, 3 to the wide side, 1 to the short side. And White again will backpedal and want to throw. Looks, fires long. He's got a man behind the Blue Devils, and they're going to have a little pass interference, I believe, on Lebanon's number 5. And that, well, we'll wait and see. Corey Cunningham is 5, but let's see what that call is.
Burke was the intended receiver as, once again, Zach White throws a dart on the flag route. Pass interference is the call against Lebanon. So Mount Juliet will pick up some yardage on that play.
That will be the call, and they'll walk it off from about the 32. And they'll walk it off all the way down to the 23. And it'll be a first and 10 for the Bears at the Blue Devil 23 with 3:56 left in the football game. Lebanon up 41-14. Zach White again out of the shotgun. Backpedals, wants to throw. Fires long, man wide open. Touchdown Bears. Nobody near Michael Sanders, and he hauls it in. Nobody was within 10 yards of Sanders. All he had to do was turn around and catch it. He did, and the Bears put another on the board. It's 41-20.
John, I don't know if our secondary got confused. Cunningham was the corner. Minchie was the safety. Cunningham turned him loose like he thought he had help back over the top, and help never got there.
Kind of a Z in, Z out route by the wide receiver. Slanted in, The safety bit, Cunningham bit on the out route. The flag route back toward the corner was wide open. In to attempt the point after is Alan Miller. His kick is almost blocked. It hits the upright. It is no good. So the Blue Devils still up 41-20, 3:49 to go in the game. We'll get the kickoff back. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cummins Street in Lebanon. We got a flag on the play, it looks like, so we'll keep it right here.
John, they've called roughing the kicker. They called roughing the kicker. So Mount Juliet looks like they will put their offense back on the field.
Try to get the two-point conversion.
Yeah, half the distance. So they will trot that offense back on the field. Here comes Zach White with the Mount Juliet offense.
41-20, but the Bears want 2 here as they put White back in the ball game at the quarterback spot, and he will go up under the center, and they go into the I. Double wide outs to the left. White, the quarterback, trying for the 2-point conversion. Toss sweep to the near side, and walking in is Hume. He's got the 2, and it's 41-22. 41-22 as they come back down the field with 3:49 to play. The Blue Devils with the lead. We'll pause for 30 seconds, then be back.
Ball is right around the zone with 3:49 left in the game. 67-yard drive, 5 plays. Zach White hits Sanders on a 23-yard touchdown pass. Chris Humes runs in the 2-point conversion. So with 3:49 left in the game, it's 11-41. Mount Juliet 22.
Lebanon with a host of new players in there. Will put Shockley back in. He will be back deep. Lebanon lining up, looking for an onside kick. With a 41-22 lead, the Blue Devils watch out for the onside kick. And it will be an onside kick. And Lebanon comes down with it, lose it, and Mount Juliet has it. No, Blue Devils say they've got it. So Lebanon gets it back. Boy, that was in and out of the hands of everybody there.
That took that second hop. It popped up in the air. Neighbors had it carry him off his hand and miraculously come back down in the grips of number 89, Brian Neighbors. So Lebanon takes over at the Mount Juliet 46-yard line. 3:49 to go in the game. 41-22, Lebanon leads. The Blue Devils will be on the road next week to beautiful Smyrna to take on the Bulldogs. Don't you know good sarcasm when you hear it?
All right. Double wide out set. Taylor Shipp at the quarterback spot. Toss sweep. And going to be hit and knocked down, pulled down from behind is the tailback. That again is Adams. And he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, not much more than that. Ball at the Bear, 46. Adams will go out.
Jack Sims goes in, a sophomore, to play the corner for the Bears.
Vandiver checks out. Number 87 in at that end over there. Chaffin. Double wide out set. Taylor Shipp underneath. Shipp hands off up the middle. Pretty good hole and driving for 3-4 yards down near the 41. Is 33. That belongs to Donnie Roan again. So Roan will pick up about 4, almost 5 yards on the carry.
A lot of different Blue Devils have carried the ball tonight.
Tommy, let me add them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Blue Devils.
Double wide out set. Lots of new clean blue jerseys in that football game. Taylor Shipp. Toss sweep near side. Here comes Roan. Roan got a hole. 40, 35, and stumbles and falls, and he knew it, or he had a lot more. Donnie Roan may have carried that one all the way if he don't stumble. He had a lot more yardage in front of him.
Got a little top heavy and tumbled over. Lebanon with another substitution. Tyler Reese comes into the game at a split receiver position. Corey Cunningham goes out. Reese comes to the near side. He's the junior. 2:12
to play in the football game. Lebanon leading 41-22. Taylor Shipp at the controls for the Blue Devils. Toss sweep. Here's Roan to the far side. Needing a block, getting it, and then getting hit and driven back. So Mount Juliet played that well. Mount Juliet thought Lebanon guilty of holding again on that one. It did look like it from here, but we're a long way from the action. The Bears want time. With a minute 44, the Blue Devils lead it 41-22. We'll pause for 30 seconds and then be back. A while ago, Tommy, and we go there next Friday night, and they tell me that you're going to see probably the biggest team that we'll see all year.
And a team, Clyde, that operates out of the no-huddle shotgun the entire game. They will run to the line of scrimmage, get in that shotgun. The play will be signaled in from the sideline. That their scouts upstairs in the press box see what kind of coverage you're in, relay that to the sideline. They get the play in with hand signals, a very speeded up brand of football.
Here's the Blue Devils again with the two wideouts. Second down, and here is the tailback. Barreling over the 30, over the 25, all the way down near the 20. It's enough for a Blue Devil first down, and carrying the ball is Chad Barnes. Is that what it is? Chad Barnes, a sophomore, on the carry, all the way down to the 22, where it will be first and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Bear 22 with a minute 20 remaining in the football game. Lebanon leading 41-22.
And this side note, Lebanon's tailback Justin Forrest over 200 yards tonight rushing.
Taylor Shipp calling the signals. Shipp toss sweep near side, running the football again. Blue Devils, and no gain on the play as they trip up Barnes that time. He may have lost a yard on that carry. Trying to come wide to the right, but the Bears are there to make the tackle. Zach Gross, a wide receiver defensive back, 5'8", 140-pound sophomore, making the stop for a yard loss.
Brandon Patton comes in the game for Lebanon. Also checking into the football game, a couple of freshmen. Let me check out my freshman roster. Well, I don't have number 41. I was getting ready to call that guy's name.
Well,
Lebanon.
We got a flag. They're going to penalize Lebanon, I think, for illegal substitution. Looks like Corley on the back of that jersey from here, Tom.
That's what it says. That's a Corley, Thomas Corley, sophomore, comes in. Also in at a split receiver position, Nicholas Walker, another sophomore. Taylor Shipp will go to the sideline and get the play. And he's out. Lebanon going with a third quarterback tonight. Let's see.
That is Nicholas Walker.
Nicholas Walker.
Nicholas Walker will be the quarterback for the Blue Devils. They'll go with a two wideout set, and Walker will take a knee, and that should be the football game. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. As the clock counts down, the Blue Devils were going to go to 4-2 with a 41-22 win over the Mount Juliet Bears here at Noakes Lassiter Field. After 2 minutes, we'll be back with the wrap-up. Stay with us.
It's that time of...
Sportsmanlike scene at as both teams left the field. Dan Winfrey brought his Bears back to the middle of the field, and Lebanon and Mount Juliet together huddled as a group at the 50-yard line and shared a moment of silence and a post-game prayer and a lot of handshakes and hugs across the way. John, this is a big rivalry, but it's a clean one and one with a lot of respect on both sides as we send it down to you and Moose Marshall for the post-game show.
Thank you, Tommy, and you're right. It is a rivalry, and it's a fight every time that Lebanon goes to Mount Juliet or Mount Juliet comes to Lebanon, and it was definitely a fight in the first half. We finally got our wheels going the right way in the second half and blew it open.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with these two teams. Maybe you can throw everything else out the window. It's an emotional ball game, and you can completely throw records out whenever you come up with this ball game. And it took us a while to get things going, but when we did, everything started clicking, and we were all right.
The story tonight, a big positive. Justin Forrest gets it going on offense for you, Coach. He has over 200 yards rushing, a whole lot of touchdowns. He ran north to south, and he ran hard tonight.
Yeah, Forrest, I've told him time and again, he's got the capability to be as good of a running back's ever been here with his speed and his size. And he tucked his head and ran tonight, ran the ball hard, and did a great job for us.
This big win comes at a cost, though. Chad Lanning re-injures that left hand, and Kyle Schaefer hurts his ankle probably on the third play of the game.
Yeah, Kyle said he could go in the second half, but we didn't want to put him in unless we had to have him. And, of course, Chad, I can't say enough about Chad's toughness. He's the toughest kid, one of the toughest kids I've ever coached. He comes to sidelines with his hand bleeding and everything else, and he just did a phenomenal job stepping in there and running the offense with his hurt hand.
Coach, they're going to x-ray tomorrow. He's optimistic about it, as I would expect him to be, and we can probably expect to see him next week against Smyrna. We go over there to face Smyrna, and they probably are the largest team they're going to face this year.
Yeah, they're a big football team. It's a scenario where they've done a good job over there throwing the football, and, of course, they've got two running backs that can run the football, too. We're going to have to play in our best defense against them next week.
They're going to throw the no huddle at us the entire game and call the plays in from the side, and we got to be ready to go on D.
Yeah, we can't lollygag around. We got to be up there ready to go because they'll line up and come at us straight ahead, and we need to be ready for it.
Coach, I appreciate you coming out. I know you want to get to your team to congratulate them. At halftime, there was some senior leadership shown behind the stadium here. Did a lot of chewing back there. Then the coaches come in and did some more talking to them. It worked, obviously, because we came out in the second half and closed this deal tonight.
Well, we've been a second-half ball club all year. It's either the offense or the defense. One can't get something going in the first half, and we felt like offensively we moved the ball pretty good in the first half. We just wasn't stopping them defensively, and it's been opposite in other ball games. So hopefully one of these days we're going to come out and put a whole ball game together.
And I pity the team that we play.
Yeah, I do too.
Coach, I'll let you get back to your team, and congratulations on the big region win.
Thanks, John. Thanks, TB. Thank you, guys.
It's been the post-game show with head coach Ron Moose Marshall from the Lebanon Blue Devils. This has been your host, John Bryan. We'll take it back to the station for this 2-minute break, and then we'll be back here at Noakes Lassiter Field with a post-game wrap-up.